will have all of the links and everything that you need to stay connected to all of our guests. Next up, our final guest. Oh my goodness, you're not ready, but you're kind of ready. She's an amazing friend. She is a life coach. She is an author. She's an extraordinary human being. And again, guys, we are talking about the power of words. And so with Erica, we are going to be talking about words and how words can heal, and then how we have to heal from words that hurt. Quite hi, hi, pretty girl.
Hi.
How are you?
Man, those chats already, I have been like soaking them up, like every last one of them. So thank you in advance for those. Like Kimberly, I'm thinking like, oh wait, I need Shauna to meet her.
Right? Exactly. Exactly.
Then
Thank you.
Susan, I just love it. I love it. But thank you
Oh,
for having me.
absolutely. Can you do me a favor and just speak up a little bit more for me so that people
Okay.
can hear your wonderful wisdom?
Awesome. Can
So,
you hear
guys,
me now?
yes, yes, yes. So, Erica is the author of Finishing Strong, Finish Strong. She's got two books out, and one is a bit more of a workbook style. Is that fair to say?
Yep.
And she is an amazing life coach. How she and I met, if she looks familiar to you, is because she is also an amazing celebrity hairstylist. And Erica has been doing my hair for years now, and creating different looks and styles for my characters on shows and movies and all sorts of things, as well as just my life. But more importantly, she is a tremendous force of all things healing, all things forgiving, understanding our power. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Erica Strong. Yay!
But you know what, Kim, before we get started, if I can do this, can you hear me well?
Yes.
So our sister that we love so dearly, in the India Ari, she has the gift, but she has words that just speaks to you.
Yes.
And I thought of some lyrics that she wrote in terms of just love, and I thought of Chadwick, and I just have to share it before we start.
Please.
So in one of her songs, she says, "If he ever left me, I wouldn't be sad at all. No, because there's a blessing in every lesson. I'm glad that I met him at all. Because he is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
He is so real. We," and I'm changing the words a little bit, "we love the way his gift made us feel. And if we are a reflection of him, then we
Yes.
must be fly.
Yes.
Because his light shines so bright."
Ah, thank you, Erica, for sharing
Right?
India, putting that in perspective, and
Yes.
and that wonderful tribute for Chadwick. Thank you. That was brilliant. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. Um, I'd like to start off talking to you about healing. Again, we're talking about the power of words,
Yeah.
okay? And using words to heal.
Hmm.
How do we do that? And what are some words that can heal?
Well, you know, I'm the queen of affirmations.
Yes.
In all of my books, affirmations are present. The second book is actually a book of affirmations because I learned years ago, in the middle of my pain, in the middle of my despair, depression, all of the gunk that life kind of pulls up in us.
Uh-huh.
I learned then that it is our thoughts that control our words, that then defines and put into motion our actions.
Mm-hmm.
But what starts in our thoughts?
Yeah.
Words.
Mm.
What do we say to ourselves? What is that inner chatter that we're saying to ourselves that nobody else hears? Because really, we are our first critic. We are the ones that beat ourselves up the most. And reading a book, yes, we all are guilty of it. I can hold up two hands. Like,
Yeah.
we will be the one that speaks to ourselves a way that we wouldn't allow anybody else to speak to us.
Anybody else.
If somebody else speaks to us, we wouldn't be their friend anymore. We wouldn't talk to them. You know, we would probably be putting Vaseline on our face and getting ready to throw down.
Right.
But we are the ones that we are the enemy, that in the Bible, when it says the enemy that you see today, you will see no more. We're that enemy with the way that we think. We're that enemy with our words. So we're looking at that enemy being the person on the outside. Kim could say to Erica today, Erica, you're so ugly. And Erica's mind and my belief in who I am can just push that back, because that's not who I am, and let her be, send her off with grace and love, with whatever she came with that with, and
Right.
just still stand in the truth of who I am. I know I'm beautiful from the inside and out. So I don't have to internalize what you said, because at the end of the day, it's the words that I say to myself that
Right.
has the most power.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How do we reverse that? It's like habit, you know. I mean, and
It
sometimes
is.
it's little things like I have a friend and she's always saying about, oh, let me take my fat butt to work. Oh, let me get my fat butt. And it's like, stop talking about yourself like that.
Stop talking about yourself like that.
Yeah.
That scripture in the Bible says that whatever a man thinks
Thanks.
in his heart. So
So
when he said thinks in his heart, so is he, that means the thought starts here. The feeling grows here, then I become that.
mm-hmm.
Let me say that again. The thought, the
Yeah.
feeling,
Mm-hmm.
the so is he.
Right, right.
So if you ever wish to not be a fat butt,
Mm-hmm.
stop calling yourself a fat butt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Stop seeing yourself as fat. But I heard this lady speak yesterday. I was doing a retreat, for a business course retreat
Uh-huh.
for Driven. And
Uh-huh.
the lady name is Sark. Have you ever heard of Sark?
Mm-mm.
I'm just shocked that I've never heard of Sark until yesterday. But like, if anybody ever look her up, it's Sark, Sark. But she said, she gave us a good practice to do. And she said, basically, because we have these inner critics that's screaming at us, the best thing you can do is acknowledge it. Acknowledge what that critic is saying to you. Like, if my critic is saying, Erica, you're not enough. You can't do this. You're not smart enough. You don't have enough money. You're not thin enough. You're not pretty enough. Whatever that critic is saying to me, acknowledge it. Write it down. But answer that critic. Don't let that critic go unchecked.
Ah,
Check
that's
that critic.
good.
Yeah. And the way
Yes.
that you check that critic, you don't check that critic by buying more clothes, pretending like you're better, trying to pretend like you're something that you're not.
Uh-huh.
You confront that critic by saying, and she said you use this word, a power word. Well, actually, I am enough.
Mm.
And I can do anything I set my mind to. Well,
Yes.
actually, I am healthy and I'm whole, and I can lose weight as soon as I put my mind to it. Like, whatever that inner critic is saying to you, you
Right, right.
always have the power to cut it off and
Yes.
change the language, change the
Yes.
conversation.
Yeah. You know, a few weeks ago, I wrote a piece that I'll be sharing at some point through Refresh, the lifestyle brand who is sponsoring this chat.
Mm-hmm.
But I wrote a piece about rewrite. You can rewrite your own inner monologue. You have the
Yes,
power to rewrite in the
yes,
moment, in the
yes.
very moment. And
In
the
the
jump
moment.
off for me was I was taking a bath and yeah, this isn't to be, no, this is, I don't even know what the word is, but don't go there. Hear what I'm sharing though. It was at a point where I decided right there in the moment, I'm going to change the narrative of how I view myself. I was not going to take that time of
Yes,
self care and
yeah.
taint it with, oh, this part of my body, oh, that part of my body, oh, I should have worked out, oh, I shouldn't have eaten this, oh, I need to do more of this, oh, I like this, oh, this is still all right, oh, I don't like that. And I took that moment to rewrite from literally almost head to toe
Mm-hmm.
every part of the narrative that would be negative.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah,
intentional in how I viewed myself and made that a part of that self care moment because
absolutely.
I recognized the power of my words. And like you said, it starts
Absolutely.
with you.
Yeah, and you know what? God put a great sensor in our body to discover when our thoughts or our words are off track. And it's called our feelings, our emotions. Think about how many times you've been sitting down just, comfortably taking a bath, and you start feeling. Amber Alert, did you get it?
No.
So yeah, and you just start feeling inadequate. You start feeling like you're not enough. You start shrinking down in the tub and almost want to just bury your head in the water. As soon as you start feeling that, stop yourself and go, wait, what was I just thinking?
Yep.
What were the thoughts that I just had? And I remember learning this lesson because I was driving some years ago, going home, fine, nothing is wrong. And I immediately just started feeling broke and poor. And like, I just started feeling these really bad feelings for my finances and who I am. And like, you're 30 such and such years old by now. Why aren't you, further along? Like, I just started beating myself up. And I literally stopped myself. It was almost like God said, wait, why are you feeling like that? You're in the car by yourself. Nothing just happened. What was it? And I stopped myself and I started thinking about, what was I just thinking? I thought about a bill that was due next week that I didn't have the money for that day. And God reminded me that, have I ever forsaken you? Have you ever really gone without?
Yes.
So why are you putting so much faith in next week and not in being grateful for the moment that you're in right now? Yeah. And I learned that lesson, that our emotions is that alarm clock. Like, wake up. What are you thinking?
Right.
What was the thoughts that you just had?
Yeah.
That's how you start to change that narrative.
That's good, sis. That's good. So we've talked about, with ourselves and all of that, and we're kind of getting into, hey, Vanessa Williams, hey, sister. We have a few minutes before IG is like, nope. But healing from others, yes, you mentioned being able to be like, no, I'm not letting that in my space, or I cancel the power of your words. We've already covered how we can, cancel that out and change some things for ourselves. But what about those times when you realize, you look up and it's like, wow, that was 5 years ago and I'm still hurt. Wow, that was last week or last month. My so-and-so did this, or, you know what I mean? And just being able to, and sometimes with, I know for me in this quarantine and all that, where you're not on your usual schedule. And so you have more time to be up in here.
Oh yeah.
You have more time to think and replay negative things.
Yeah.
Replay negative events and moments in your history. How do we move from that in terms of healing?
Well, first, let's get this mental picture in our mind. And I read this years ago when I started working on my forgiveness and mental healing. It was a book by Norman Vincent Peale. I can't remember the exact name, so I'll let you know so you can put it in links. Okay. But in it, he said that unforgiveness, or those ties that you have to what somebody said to you, somebody did to you, like you lost a job, whatever negative tie you have, is like a ball and chain that's connected to your ankle and to the very thing that you want to get away from. So let's just say someone was molested. And they feel like, how could you have touched me? I was a little girl. I was a little boy. I didn't even know I didn't know that you wasn't supposed to touch me. And then you made me afraid to tell anybody. So then here is 30 years later, and you still don't trust men, or you still don't trust women, or you still have these things. You have tied yourself with a cosmic link, stronger than a chain that has tied you together. So really, when they say forgiveness is about you, it's like, okay, ask yourself, do I really want to be still chained to this person, to this situation, to this thing that happened? Is my freedom and my sanity more than chaining them to that? Because the way that you can forgive them is not to say, I forgive you, it's okay, we're good now. It's like, I forgive you, I release you, and I no longer have any ought with you. I no longer have any problems with you. And you never have to go back and say anything to that person in your life. But you do that for yourself. for yourself.
Yeah.
So then you are releasing yourself from that chain that has held you down. So imagine somebody in the water with a ball and a chain on their leg. They're going to just keep getting sunk under because they are being pulled down by these thoughts and feelings from something that happened so long ago. The pain is real.
Yeah.
You acknowledge it. You accept it. You see them as a hurt
Yeah.
person that hurt somebody else, and you move forward.
Got it. Guys, we are 30 seconds out of being cut off, but Erica, thank you so much. Your books, can you hold your books up for us? Oh, they
Finishing
turned it around.
strong.
Finishing strong. We will have the pictures of the books up. Yes, Love Strong. Wait a minute, give us the other one. Love Strong.
Love strong, stand strong, finish strong.
Yes, love strong, stand strong, finish strong. Thank you, sister. Guys, have a great rest of your weekend. We love you.
Thank you.
Watch the power of your words.